Now, the best way to understand how technology is impacting us is by looking at chess. Chess is something that I love. My grandmother taught me how to play chess when I was very young, and so I always had a deep passion for chess. And 1,000 years ago, or so the story goes, chess was invented by a mathematician and an inventor named Sessa. And Sessa invented chess, and he shows it to the ruler of the land, and he says, "Look, I've created this game chess." And the ruler of the land, the king, looks at it and he says, "Wow, this is amazing. I want to give you a reward. You can pick anything you want. Anything you want at all. I'll build you a huge palace. I'll give you horses, camels. You pick anything you want, it's yours." And Sessa thought about it for a minute and he said, "Okay, here's what I want. I want you to take 1 grain of rice and put it on the first square of the chessboard. I want you to take 2 grains of rice and put it on the second square, and keep doubling it from the first square all the way until you get to the end." So 64 squares. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Double it until you get all the way to the end. And the king thought about it for a little bit and he said, "That's it? That's all you want? I can give you anything in the entire world, and you just want some rice?" And Sessa says, "Yep, that's all I want. Just give me some rice." And the king says, "Okay, fine." He calls over his servants and he says, "Figure out how much rice this is going to be and just pay this guy off." And so the servants go away for a couple days and they come back and they tell the king how much rice this is. And the king's jaw drops to the floor. It turns out there isn't even this much rice today in the entire world. It would be a Mount Everest made out of rice. It doesn't exist. And so the story goes that Sessa then became the new king. Or there's an alternate version where the king got so upset that he chopped the head off of Sessa. But we'll stick with the first one instead. Now, what's the point of this story? The point of this story is that when you get to the second half of the square, the second half of the chessboard, the growth becomes exponential. In other words, the growth is no longer just linear, it goes straight up. And many technologists and futurists and these organizations around the world believe that that's where we are today. Today we are at the second half of the chessboard, where growth is exponential. It's no longer just linear, it's straight up. And that's a big challenge for a lot of our organizations.